Sir, in the back. Sir.
Okay. No, time. Sir, nothing, sir. Sir, kita.
We request all the dignitaries on the dais to join with our Honorable Governor. Prayer song by school choir.
Governor of Tamil Nadu for the first annual day function of our school. We are grateful to His Excellency from the bottom of our hearts for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion. I welcome Dr. Vasagi, Secretary of Kongu Nadu Arts and Science College, to be a part of our celebration. A warm welcome to our founders, Dr. Krishnasamy, Dr. Chandrika Krishnasamy, our directors, Dr. Shyam, Dr. Omnath, Dr. Krishna Samira, Principal of our school, Mr. 𝗏𝗵𝗶𝗺𝗺, and distinguished guests on and off the dais. With immense pleasure, I welcome our parents who have entrusted us with their children. A warm and hearty welcome to our beloved teachers, staffs and students, our well-wishers, press and media, government officials and friends. Our chairman's vision to give back to the society began with the collaboration of Fino School, giving birth to Indo-Fin Kids School in the year 2017. Our first initiative towards the educating the masses. I am proud to state that Thaamarai World School was established in the year 2020 with the motto to develop children committed to learn to lead, lead to legacy. The motto of our school establishes that each student will develop strong leadership skill through holistic development and realization of being groomed to their full potential. We nurture our students to recognize their full potentials. We strive to enable them to create their own future and intend the mastery of essential basic life skills, instilling lifelong learning from the budding age to form the pillars of this nation. The school emphasizes on an integrated learning approach which helps students to develop in acquiring skills such as creativity, collaboration, communication, along with the 21st century skills, thus empowering them to become active global citizens in order to keep up with the lightning pace of today's world. Thaamarai World School empowers the world's nations by providing comprehending international academic infrastructure, implanting multinational cultures, languages, pedagogy, arts, sports, and multivariant life skills to outsmart in their own world in becoming world-class citizens with Indian ethos. In order to prepare our children for future needs, we have made every effort to incorporate digital learning, artificial intelligence, robotics, agricultural practices, farming, agroforestry, and will go on adding more competencies as per the needs to make their curriculum dynamic. With the famous Tirukkural quote on education, கேடில் விழுச்செல்வம் கல்வி ஒருவருக்கு மாடல்ல மற்றையவை means learning is the imperishable wealth that no one can destroy. And teaching being the mother of all professions, we are privileged to be a part in shaping the future of children. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗆 2023 is a special day for us, being the first annual day celebration since the school has been established. From our kindergarten tiny tots to our cheerful primary graders, dynamic middle graders, to our energetic high schoolers, they're all set to showcase their talents in dance, speech, music, martial arts in the most awaited cultural celebrations of today. I once again thank everyone for being a part of our school celebration to witness the dazzling performance of our kids. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
தாமரை வேர்ல்டு ஸ்கூலின் சார்பாக இன்று சீரோடும் சிறப்போடும் நடைபெறுகின்ற முதலாம் ஆண்டு நிகழ்ச்சிக்கும் இன்று நடைபெற்ற ரோபோட்டிக் லேபினுடைய திறப்பு விழா நிகழ்ச்சிக்கும் எங்களது பெற்றோருடைய பட திறப்பு விழா நிகழ்ச்சிக்கும் எங்களுடைய அழைப்பை மனமோதுடன் ஏற்றுக்கொண்டு இன்று வருகை புரிந்து சிறப்பித்திருக்கக்கூடிய தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு முதற்கண் எங்களுடைய குடும்பத்தின் சார்பாகவும் தாமரை வேர்ல்ட் ஸ்கூலுடைய பெற்றோர்கள், அதனுடைய நலன் விரும்பிகள், எங்களுடைய குடும்பத்தை சார்ந்த அனைவர் மற்றும் இங்கே வருகின்ற பல்வேறு பெரியோர்கள், மேடையிலே வீற்றிருக்கின்ற நம்முடைய கொங்கு நாடு கல்லூரியினுடைய தாளாளர் வாசுகி அவர்கள், இங்கே வருகின்ற ஏனைய நண்பர்கள், பத்திரிகையாளர்கள், அரசு அதிகாரிகள், காவல்துறை நண்பர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய முதற்கண் நன்றி கலந்த வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன். வரலாற்றில் எங்களுக்கு இது ஒரு மிக முக்கியமான நாள். வழக்கமாக ஒரு பள்ளி துவங்க பெற்று 5 வருடங்கள் அல்லது 6 வருடங்கள் அல்லது 10 வருடங்கள் கழித்த பிறகுதான் தமிழகத்தினுடைய ஒரு குடிமகன், தலைமகன், த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சிட்டிசன் என்று அழைக்கப்படக்கூடிய இது போன்ற விருந்தினர்கள் எல்லாம் வருவது வழக்கம். ஆனால் எங்களுடைய பள்ளியினுடைய அழைப்பை ஏற்று இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை மன நிறைவு மட்டுமல்ல, இங்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய அனைத்து பெற்றோர்கள், இந்த சுற்றி இருக்கக்கூடிய கிராமத்து பெரியோர்கள், கோவை மாவட்ட மக்கள், தமிழக மக்கள் அனைவருமே மனம் மகிழ்வு அடையக்கூடிய வகையில் செய்திருக்கக்கூடிய நம்முடைய தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு மீண்டும் என்னுடைய நெஞ்சார்ந்த நன்றியை நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும். ஏன் தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்களை நான் அழைத்திருக்கிறேன்? யாராவது ஒரு அமைச்சரை அழைத்திருக்கலாமே, வேறு யாராவது ஒருவரை அழைத்திருக்கலாமே என்று பலர் எண்ணக்கூடும். ஒரு கல்விக்கூடம் என்று வருகின்ற பொழுது அந்த கல்வியினுடைய பெருமையை, அந்த கல்வியால் ஏற்படக்கூடிய நன்மைகளை, கல்வி எந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு சமுதாய மாற்றத்திற்கு பயன்படும் என்பதை தனிப்பட்ட முறையிலே உணர்ந்தது மட்டுமல்ல, அவர் என்று தமிழகத்தினுடைய ஆளுநராக பதவியேற்றாரோ அன்று முதல் நானும் பார்க்கிறேன். தமிழக ஆளுநர் இன்று திருச்சியிலே இருந்தார், அந்த நாள் அடுத்த பிறகு தஞ்சாவூரிலே இருந்தார், கோவையிலே இருந்தார் என்று பறந்து சென்று பள்ளி கல்லூரி மாணவர்களை பார்த்து அவருடன் கலந்து, அவருடைய 2 கலந்து கல்வியினுடைய மேம்பாடு குறித்து பேசி வருகிறார். எனவே நம்முடைய பள்ளிக்கு யாரை அழைப்பது என்று நாங்கள் எண்ணிய போது தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் மட்டும்தான் என்னுடைய நினைவுக்கு வந்தது, வேறு யாரும் எனக்கு நினைவுக்கு வரவில்லை. என்று சொன்னால் அந்த தாமரை வேர்ல்டு ஸ்கூலை உருவாக்குகின்ற பொழுதே நான் ஒரு தொலைநோக்கு பார்வையோடு தான் அந்த பள்ளியை துவக்கினேன். ஆனால் நமக்கு மட்டும், பள்ளிக்கு மட்டுமல்ல, நமக்கு மட்டுமல்ல, உலகத்துக்கே மிகப்பெரிய பாதிப்பாக கொரோனா வந்தது. 2020 ஜூனில் திறப்பு விழா செய்யலாம் என்று எண்ணிக்கொண்டிருந்த பொழுது 2020 மார்ச் மாதமே முழு அடைப்பு வந்தது. எனவே கட்டிடப் பணியை முடிக்க விடவில்லை, பள்ளி மாணவர் சேர்க்கையை நடத்த முடியவில்லை. எனவே ஏறக்குறைய 2 ஆண்டு காலம் ஆன்லைன் என்று ஒரு 50 மாணவர்களை மட்டுமே வைத்து நடத்த வேண்டிய சூழ்நிலை வந்தது. எனவே நம்முடைய ஒட்டுமொத்தமான குறிக்கோள் ஏறக்குறைய 10 ஆண்டு காலம். இதற்காக இன்னும் சொல்ல போனால் இந்த இடம் இப்பொழுது 30 ஏக்கர். 15 வருடங்களுக்கு முதலே 1.5 ஏக்கர் நிலம் வாங்கினேன். அதுக்கு பிறகு 5 ஏக்கர் ஆயிற்று. அதுக்கு பிறகு 10 ஆயிற்று, 15 ஆயிற்று, 20 ஆயிற்று, 30 ஆயிற்று. இப்படி சிறுகிறு சேர்க்கின்ற பொழுது இந்த பள்ளியை ஏதோ ஒரு வணிக நோக்கத்தோடு அமைக்க வேண்டும் என்ற நோக்கம் இல்லாமல் இன்று தமிழகத்திலே, இந்தியாவிலே கல்வி துறையிலே ஏதோ ஒரு குறைபாடு நிகழ்கிறது. ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய வலுவான இந்தியாவை அமைக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னால், தமிழகத்தை அமைக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னால், நாம் கல்லூரியிலே சென்று மாணவர்களை தேடினால் கிடைப்பது அரிது. எனவே இளம்பிராயத்திலே இருந்து, மழலையர் பள்ளியிலே இருந்து இந்த மாணவர்களை ஆக்கமூட்டி, ஊக்கமூட்டி, இவர்கள் ஒரு குறிக்கோளோடு, லட்சியத்தோடு, ஒரு இலக்கோடு வளர்த்தால்தான் நாம் மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு வலுவான இந்தியாவை அமைக்க முடியும். வலுவான இந்தியா என்று பார்க்கின்ற பொழுது அவர்கள் வலுவாக இருப்பார்கள், ஒரு குடும்பம் வலுவாக இருக்கும், அவர்கள் உற்றார்கள் வலுவாக இருப்பார்கள், அவர்கள் சேர்ந்திருக்கக்கூடிய மாவட்டம், மாநிலம் வலுவாக இருக்கும். எனவே அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு கல்வியை கொடுக்கக்கூடிய எந்த பாடத்திட்டம் இருக்கிறது, எந்த பாடமுறை இருக்கிறது என்பதை எல்லாம் பல நாள் நான் ஏறக்குறைய 30 ஆண்டுகளாக பல்வேறு நாடுகளுக்கு சென்று வருகிறேன். ஒவ்வொரு முறை மற்றவர்கள் எல்லாம் சுற்றுலா செல்வார்கள், ஆனால் நான் பள்ளிக்கூடமும் கல்விக்கூடம் தான். லண்டன் சென்றால் ஆக்ஸ்போர்ட் செல்வேன், கேம்பிரிட்ஜ் செல்வேன். சிங்கப்பூர் சென்றால் எங்கே நல்ல பள்ளி என்பதை தான் பார்ப்பேன். கோலாலம்பூர் சென்றால் நல்ல பள்ளி என்று தான் பார்ப்பேன். அதற்கு பிறகு சரி, மிகவும் சிறந்தது வந்து உலகத்திலே எங்கே, எந்த நாட்டிலே மக்கள் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சியோடு வாழ்கிறார்கள் என்று பார்க்கின்ற பொழுது ஐரோப்பாவினுடைய மேற்கு, வடக்கு பகுதியில், வட துருவத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பின்லாந்திலே தான் மக்கள் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சியாக இருக்கிறார்கள். காரணம் என்னவென்று சொன்னால், அங்கு பள்ளி கல்வி என்பது மன அழுத்தம் இல்லாமல் இயல்பாக மாணவர்களுடைய தகுதிக்கேற்ப, திறமைக்கேற்ப அங்கு கல்வி கொடுக்கப்படுகிறது. எந்த மாணவர்களுக்கும் நீ டாக்டரா, என்ஜினியராவா, வக்கீலாவா என்று மன அழுத்தம் கொடுக்கப்பட்டு வளர்க்கப்படுவதில்லை. ஒவ்வொரு குழந்தையிடத்திலே இருக்கக்கூடிய தனித்திறமைகள் மட்டுமே போற்றி வளர்க்கப்படுகின்ற காரணத்தினாலே அவர்கள் யாரும் தியான மண்டபங்கள் செல்வதே. வாழ்க்கையை அவர்கள் இனிதாக படித்த பிறகு, படிக்கின்ற பொழுது, படித்து பள்ளி படிப்பை முடித்து வந்த பிறகு 18வது வயதிலேயே பெற்றோர்களை பற்றி அதற்கு பிறகு அவர்கள் கவலைப்படுவதே இல்லை. அவர்கள் கோடீஸ்வரர்களாக கொடுக்கலாம். ஆனால் பள்ளி படிப்பிலேயே அவர்கள் ஸ்கில், திறன் வாய்ந்தவர்களாக படிக்கின்ற பொழுது பட்டத்தோடு வருவதில்லை, ஏதாவது ஒரு தகுதி, திறனோடு வெளியே வருகிறார்கள். எனவே அப்படிப்பட்ட கல்வியை நாம் கொண்ட ஒரு பள்ளிக்கூடத்தை, பள்ளியை துவக்க வேண்டும் என்ற அடிப்படையில் தான் பின்லாந்தினுடைய அந்த மாடல்ல வெறும் இன்டர்நேஷனல் என்ற வார்த்தை மட்டும் கிடையாது. இந்த பள்ளி என்பது இங்கிருந்து 5 பொறியாளர்களை இங்கிருந்து அழைத்து சென்று ஏறக்குறைய 1 மாதம் தங்கி 20க்கும் மேற்பட்ட பள்ளிகளை ஆய்வு செய்து, பாடமுறைகளை ஆய்வு செய்து, ஒவ்வொரு அங்கலமாக அதே நாட்டிலே எந்த விதமான ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் ஃப்ரீ, ஜாய்ஃபுல், இந்த பள்ளிக்குள்ள, இந்த கேம்பஸ்குள்ள வந்தா குழந்தைகள் ஹாப்பியா இருக்கும், மகிழ்ச்சியா இருக்கும், படிக்கிறது ஒரு சுமையா கருதக்கூடாது. அதே சமயத்தில் அவர்கள் இந்த பள்ளியை விட்டு வெளியேறும் போது ஒரு வெறும் பட்டத்தோடு போக மாட்டார்கள். அவர்கள் தங்களை தாங்களே சொந்தக்கால் நிற்கக்கூடிய தனி மனிதர்கள், வலுவான மனிதர்களாக வெளியே செல்ல வேண்டும் என்ற லட்சியத்தோடு தான் இந்த பள்ளி துவக்கப்பட்டது. அதையெல்லாம் யாரை வச்சு சொல்ல முடியும்? நம்முடைய ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் IPS அதிகாரி, MSc பிசிக்ஸ் பட்டம் பெற்றவர், IPS இருந்து பல மாநிலங்களில் மிகவும் நல்ல பதவிகளை எல்லாம் வைத்தவர். கல்வியால் தான் ஒரு மனிதன் தன்னை மேம்படுத்திக் கொள்ள முடியும். கல்வி என்று வருகின்ற பொழுது அந்த காலத்தில் கற்ற கல்வி என்பது வெறும் எழுத்து படிக்க தெரிந்தால் போதும், கையெழுத்து போட தெரிந்தால் போதும், சில கணக்க வழக்குகளை தெரிந்தால் போதும். ஆனால் இப்ப இருக்கக்கூடிய கல்வி என்பது ஒரு மனிதன் ஒரு திறமையோடும் அல்ல, 3, 4, 5 திறமையோடு வந்தால்தான் அவன் எதிர்கால வாழ்க்கையிலே அவன் தன்னை தகவமைத்துக் கொள்ள முடியும். எனவே அப்படிப்பட்ட கல்வியை கொடுக்கக்கூடிய இந்த பள்ளியினுடைய பெருமைகள், அதனுடைய லட்சிய நோக்கத்தை யாரால் விளக்க முடியும் என்று சொன்னால் நம்முடைய கற்றறிந்த ஒரு பெரிய அறிஞரால் தான் அதை விளக்க முடியும். அந்த அடிப்படையில தான் நம்முடைய ஆளுநர், தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்களை நாங்கள் அழைத்திருக்கிறோம். தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு வந்தது முதல் அவர் வேறு, தமிழ்நாடு இல்லை வேறு, அந்த மொழியை நேசிக்கிறார், தமிழக மக்களை நேசிக்கிறார், தமிழ் மண்ணை நேசிக்கிறார். தமிழ்நாடு இந்தியாவிலேயே ஒரு முதல் மாநிலமாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று விரும்புகிறார். அவருடைய ஒவ்வொரு சொல்லும் செயலும் அதற்காக இருக்கிறது. அதற்காகத்தான் பள்ளிக்கூடங்களாக, கல்லூரி கூடங்களாக, பல்கலைக்கழகங்களாக செல்லுகிறார். நான் கூட 2 நாட்களுக்கு முன்பு 26ஆம் தேதி ஆளுநர் அவருடைய அழைப்பை ஏற்று ராஜ்பவன் சென்றிருந்தேன். நானும் 1996 கடந்த 25 வருடங்களாக பல முறை ஆளுநரை சந்திக்க, ஆளுநர் மாளிகைக்கு குடியரசு விழா, சுதந்திர விழா சென்றிருக்கிறேன். ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் மேடையிலே இருப்பார்கள், நாங்களாம் போய் வணக்கம் செய்வோம். ஆனால் முதல் முறையாக பார்த்தேன், அவர் விருந்தளித்தோடு மட்டுமல்ல, வந்திருக்கக்கூடிய விருந்தரையெல்லாம் ஒவ்வொருவராக சந்தித்தார். அந்த அளவுக்கு தமிழக மக்களை நேசிக்கக்கூடியவராக, தமிழக மக்கள் இரண்டர கலந்தவராக இருக்கிறார். எனவே இப்பொழுது தமிழக ஆளுநர் அவர்கள் நம்முடைய பெற்றோர்களுக்கும், நம்மளுக்கு அதே போல நம்முடைய குழந்தைகளுக்கும், வருகிற பெரியவர்களுக்கும் நல்ல ஆலோசனை வழங்கியிருக்கிறார்கள், நல்ல கருத்துக்களை எடுத்து வழங்கியிருக்கிறார்கள். மீண்டும் இங்கே வருகிற அழைப்பேற்று அந்த குறித்த நேரத்தில் இந்த காலையில 12:30 மணிக்கு வர வேண்டிய ஃபிளைட்டு கேன்சல் ஆகி 12:02 போயிடுச்சு. இருந்தாலும் கூட அந்த 10 மணிக்கு ஃபிளைட்ல முன்கூட்டியே வந்து ஒரு சிறிய ஒரு நிமிடம் கூட காரணமாகாமல் இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை மிக சிறப்பாக செய்திருக்கக்கூடிய நம்முடைய பேரக ஆளுநர் அவர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய தாமரை வேர்ல்ட் ஸ்கூல் பள்ளியின் சார்பாக, பெற்றோர்கள் சார்பாக, குழந்தைகள் சார்பாக, எங்கள் குடும்பத்தின் சார்பாக நெஞ்சார்ந்த நன்றியை மீண்டும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
I consider it my privilege to present to you the annual report of Thaamarai World School 2022-23. The vision of this school is promisingly provide a world-class comprehensive education with a global perspective. Its mission is to empower our wards with comprehending international academic infrastructure, imparting multinational culture, language, pedagogy, art, and multivariant life skills to outsmart their own world to become world-class citizens with Indian ethos. The motto of the school is learn to lead, lead to legacy. The academic year 2022-23 began on June 3rd, followed by the orientation program for our parents in 3 different batches. For kindergarten, we had one. For grades 1 to 4, we had another orientation program. And from grades 5 to 9, we had the parent orientation program on 5th of June. We follow the CBSE curriculum and the pedagogy to cater to our learners the skills of the 21st century. We have incorporated the new education policy 2022-23 in its true spirit. I'm presenting you the annual report in the form at which we have tried to cover the NEP. Our classrooms have display boards both in and outside the classroom. These boards contain the work done by our students. Students in the lower classes are taught by stories, rhymes, singing, action, reciting poems, brain gym. These are the activities that happen on a daily basis. Experiential learning is implemented by hands-on activity to understand the laws of science and mathematics. Students made models in science and conducted an exhibition. Our students have visited 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗆 dairy plant for the educational field trip. They witnessed how milk was transformed into sweet, butter, ghee and other products and how they were packaged. They also were taken to the GD Museum. It was an enlightening experience for them to witness how science and technology in every walk of life, such as communication, automobiles, tools, cameras, and various items have evolved with the change in time. Many theories that are taught to them in the classroom were visible in action. During daily morning assemblies, students are introduced to a word a day, its meaning and how it is used in different sentences. The culture of the school is to encourage everyone to speak in English. Students collect data, collate, predict and test their prediction. They start from simple items such as collecting flowers, feathers, stones, pulses, and various other items as per the curriculum to touch, feel, and to know. Every subject worksheets are given to students to keep them updated with the current scenario in the world. They are also given worksheets in order to practice so that they can master those skills. Students stand in front of the class and present what they have learned with confidence. They do not feel shy to ask and clear their doubts. They are mentored and individual attention is given to them both during and after school hours. We also have a guidance counselor who helps students whenever they find it difficult to grasp or find it challenging to understand and comprehend. Regular feedback is taken from parents, students, teachers, and all stakeholders, both formally and informally, and necessary steps taken to ensure that learning happens to its maximum. Our emphasis on languages, English, Tamil and Hindi. We have a student who is even learning French. Our emphasis is on listening, speaking, reading and writing. We have conducted elocution and essay writing competition in whichever event possible, such as Kamarajar's birthday, Independence Day, Gandhi Jayanti and so on. An intensive handwriting training program was conducted class-wise where every student and teachers also underwent the training. We have noticed a remarkable change in the handwriting in all three subjects. After we have spent 2 years of online studies, all of us have become expert in using our mobiles and laptops in order to surf various search engines. And we are blessed to be in an era in which knowledge is acceptable at the comfort of our location through various search engines. We have tried to make our students sensitive towards what information they view online and how they can attain that without being much distracted. Students have access to internet at school. This institution is blessed to have the support of extra marks and other resources which are available online. Teaching learning process caters to our students of all the 4 learning styles: audio, visual, kinesthetic, and read and write. Our classrooms have internet, and so we can call them as smart classrooms. I am thrilled that we have also signed up with School Cinema, where our students can now discuss current social issues after watching short educational movies. The robotic lab is a leap that we have taken today towards developing our curriculum. Our students will now be learning programming, coding, drone technology, use of sensors, and also an introduction into design thinking. Our chairman, sir, constantly reminds us that we are to make this institution into an international education institution accessible to the local community by upholding Indian ethos. He himself enlightens us with his personal experience of the past and the difficulties he faced during his schooling and the opportunity that we now have where education has been brought next door to our houses. We have broken the barriers of distance in providing world-class education in this institution. We, the teaching staff of Thaamarai World School, have constantly been upgraded, not just to meet the demands of education in India, but being able to rise up beyond and try and touch the international standards. Our teachers are constantly trained by well-known educators like Dr. Senthilkumaran, Dr. Raghavan, Dr. Saktivel, Dr. Venkatachala, and other CBSE trainers, and also the trainings conducted by CBSE. Continuous workshops are attended by our teachers, provided to us by our various service providers such as Oxford University Press, Orient Black Swan, Cambridge, Extra Marks, and other online training, both open and paid sources. We have regular soft skill trainings customized to the grade level of the students. Students are experiencing dirtying their hands on the wheels of the potter, making their own cups, diyas, and pots. They plant trees, water them, and watch how the plants produce fruits. Each student is given an opportunity to learn music, both vocal and instrumental. They are trained by experts in chess, karate, 𝗬𝐵𝐻, and sports. Our students test their skills and practice them in the inter-school competitions such as chess, drawing, art and craft, essay writing, kho-kho, and various other competitions conducted. We have also conducted inter-school competition in our campus where we have witnessed the participation of various schools where our students could see where they stand when compared to the other students. They play carom board, fuse ball, table tennis, and enjoy recreational sports in the park. Our class in physical education is 1 period a day. Every day students go out and have physical training. This enables them to stay fit and healthy. From grade 6 onwards, we have foundation courses in order to enable our students to achieve higher in academics and to compete in the competitive examinations such as NEET, JEE, IAS. We have also prescribed for news in education where students get a newspaper daily where they can read and update themselves on general knowledge on a daily basis. We attempt to expose our students in areas of their interest and to train them in areas such as fashion design, home economics, agriculture, drone technology, and design thinking. According to our motto, we strive to enable every student to learn to lead and lead to legacy. Jai Hind.
Welcome.
மதிப்பிற்குரிய கிருஷ்ணசாமி, மதிப்பிற்குரிய டாக்டர் சந்திரிகா கிருஷ்ணசாமி, மரியாதைக்குரிய டாக்டர் 𝐾𝐾 டாக்டர் சி ஏ வாசுகி, டாக்டர் சங்கீதா வர்மா, பிரின்சிபல் திரு பெல்வின் பாபி மார்ஜி, மரியாதைக்குரிய ஆசிரியர்களே, மதிப்பிற்குரிய பெற்றோர்களே, அழைப்பாளர்களே, என் இனிய மாணவ செல்வங்களே, இவ்விழாவில் பங்கேற்பதில் நான் மிக மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். I am happy because this is an educational institution being built with a vision. Today is a special day for the school because it is the first annual day. Today is also a very special day for the whole country. It is the day of our Mahatma's martyrdom day. Mahatma Gandhi, he understood this country so well that there are very few people who understands or who understood this country as well as Mahatma Gandhi did. And he had a dream for our country, our Bharat. He wanted Bharat to be a country rooted in Bharatiya values. We, on this day, I pay my humble respect and homage to Mahatma Gandhi and all the freedom fighters who gave their life for the freedom of our country. Now it is our duty to make the country of their dream, the dream of 𝗨𝗵𝗶𝗺, dream of �ഋષિ Arvind, dream of Mahatma Gandhi, dream of Mahakavi Bharatiya, dream of all the freedom fighters from this very land who gave their life. And to fulfill the dream, it is important that we have our citizens, especially our young people, educated in a way that they are ahead of the rest in everything. I would like to congratulate and thank the chairman, Dr. Krishnasamy, for this initiative. And I was touched when I had the privilege to unveil the photograph of his parents. You know, in our Bharatiya Sanskriti, in our culture, Indian culture, when we are born with everyone. We are born with 3 renes a date which we need to repay. The first ren is Matri-pitri rina. Rina that you have to your parents, you need to repay. Of course, one can never repay the rin of one's mother, but yet an effort, some genuine effort has to be made. And other rins are Rishi Rina, Dev Rina. And this, Dr. Krishnasamy, by building this institution, by initiating to build this, because I believe this institution is still in its infancy. But I can see the basic infrastructure, which looks very sound. And the vision, which is great. This institution has a potential to grow into a world-class educational institution. And to be a part of an event organized by such an institution is a matter of pride for me. Whenever it comes to meeting students, whether they are school students or college students, I prefer that to meeting elderly people, those who have seen the world, those who they claim this, maybe having a lot of experience, but it is the young people who are the hope of our country. I was listening to the principal about the vision of the school, the way it is moving forward, the way it plans to move forward to produce global citizens. That's a very, very noble ideal. And I was happy to hear that this school is following the National Education Policy 2020. We know, friends, that in today's world is highly competitive. It's a knowledge world. And if in the field of knowledge you are not ahead, you are left behind. And if we are left behind, there is no one who worries or cries for you. No tears are shed for you. In this knowledge world, we have to be ahead. And when it comes to knowledge, what kind of knowledge? For a very long time, for almost nearly 7 decades, even after the British left, we continued following an education policy which was essentially colonial in nature, where students used to read books, memorize things, write exam, get degree, and having got degrees, they used to move from pillar to post seeking a job. It's a pitiable sight. A person who is educated, who holds a degree, it should be presumed that that person is capable of not only taking care of himself or herself and her family, but also lead the way. That is the value, that is the meaning of education. But no, all these years, we did not try to move on that line. Before this National Education Policy 2020, this country had 2 earlier education policies, one in the 60s and another was in 1980s. Both these education policies were essentially only tinkering, a small improvement in what it was coming all along. And what was coming along was a colonial model of education. Education system created by Macaulay, by the British, to produce servants of the state, servants of the British Crown. Earlier than that, it was servants of the British Company. This was not what Mahatma Gandhi, what 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗺𝗳, what Rishi Aurobindo, what Mahakavi Bharati and others had dreamed of. As a result, even after 7 decades, our country was not treated with respect. It's only recently, it's not far off, it's all fresh in our memories. India was considered a third world country. Imagine a country of 1.3 billion people, nearly 1/6 of the humanity, and small, tiny European countries and all these countries, they were trying to, boss over. And India, we had lost that sense of pride. We had lost that sense of dignity. We had lost that sense of self-confidence. We had lost the sense who we were, whose descendants we are. We were made servile. No longer today. Today, the world looks at this country with difference. And the difference is there is no international body, there is no multilateral body worth the name on which India does not have a place of pride. You all know, we all know that India is hosting presidency of G20. We know what is G20 is. These 20 countries of the world, they are who is who. They are actually put together. This group, this club is more powerful in many ways, more influential even than the United Nations. These countries, G20 together, account for 85% of the world GDP. Right from America to China to Russia to Canada to Europe, all these countries are members of this G20. And today it's a matter of pride for us that we are holding the post of president. India is the president of G20. Today, the world looks at this country with expectation. Of course, nobody calls it a third world country, because when the world is in recession, the inflation is skyrocketing in America, in Europe is in decline, is in recession. India is the fastest growing economy in the world. India is the hope of the world today. And this hope, this change has happened because the whole country, under a dynamic and visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is moving forward. Is moving forward with a sense of, clear sense of destiny and direction. India must, this country must be where its destiny lies. In the past it was Vishwaguru. It has to be Vishwaguru. It has to be leader of the world. And we have everything. We have the finest human material. It is our scientists who are running the most advanced laboratories and centers in US and other advanced countries. Our engineers, our doctors, our professors are showing the way in the most of the advanced countries. Today, they are also coming back. The brain drain era seems to be over. Now our people who have gone, they are doing great service to the countries of their residence. Those countries are very proud of them. But those of our people, those Bharatiya, those who are there, now they are also proud of our own country. Because they know that today's India is not the same as India of some years back. We have proved it. When the whole world suffered pandemic, India is the only country. This is the only country which reached out at such a scale to the rest of the world to save the humanity. By giving our vaccines, by giving medicines, by even supplying food. When the advanced countries, when they developed medicines, they saw in it an opportunity to make money, and they started raising the price of their vaccines. We gave vaccines free to the needy poor countries. More than 120 countries got the benefit of India's vaccine. Even when there is a war in the world, we know how Ukraine and Russia, the fight has affected the whole world. The world is divided in two camps. It is only India which stands the ground, to which everyone listens, and even the warring countries like Ukraine and Russia listens to India. And that is what they listened when they were fighting, and when we had several thousand of our people stranded in Ukraine. We had to evacuate them. There are many countries' citizens. But when India gave a call to both the countries, Ukraine and Russia, stop the war. We have to evacuate our people. Both countries listened, stop the war. We evacuated our people. Every Indian was evacuated safely. Today, as I said, G20, countries are also expecting India to show the way forward. Because the global crisis that we are facing today, be it climate crisis, be it wars, be it pandemic, poverty, there is a large part of the world is still where hunger is an issue. People are sleeping hungry. On the other hand, there are countries which are wasting food. All these problems, with all these problems, the world cannot be sustainable. And so, everyone looks to India that you show the way, and we will show the way, with the help, with the cooperation of our people. And in this, we are showing not only with our scientific might, with our advancement in our science and technology, with the progress in our economy, with the rise in our military power, it is also with the fact that we are our compassion. Because in G20, our motto is 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗺. 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗺 is not something which has been coined today. It was there several thousand years ago in our scriptures, in our holy books. This is India's Kalachara, this is India's Adhyatma, India's Sanskar, Sanskriti. Friends, today, the country, as I said, the Prime Minister has set the goal that in the next 25 years, we have to rise, and by the time the country celebrates centenary of independence in 2047, India must be the leader of the world. And this period is called Amrit Kaal. This Amrit Kaal, here we are fortunate. We are fortunate that we are a witness to this momentous period in our history of our nation. In the history of our nation, this is a momentous period, we are witness to it. But more than that, We are also a participant in making it happen wherever we are, in whichever field we are, whatever we are doing, we are participant, we are making it happen. Even even an illiterate farmer living in a village, the person, what he is doing is contributing to making this country great. All that we need to do is, we need to make the persons conscious that you are doing it not only for yourself, whatever you are doing, even if you are cleaning, you are sweeping, think of it, it is for the country, the nation first. And as a result is, within no time, India, from a country with a dubious distinction of more than 55 to 60% people going for open defecation, now we have got toilets in every house. Every institution has got toilets. We are now an open defecation free country. The cleanliness drive, this is the beauty of the present regime, the present leadership. Because the previous leadership looked at this country from patronage. People were all looked upon the state. A state, I mean, whether the state or the government of India or the government of the state, with expectation, you help us, I have a problem, you please help us. Now this servility, it doesn't behove of this country, this great country. It is not a country by the government. It's a country of the people of this country. And it has to be built by the people of this country. And this is what is happening. This is what is happening today. Till about 6-7 years back, we had hardly less than 500 startups. Today we are reaching almost 100,000. Our young men and women are doing incredible things. They are building rockets, they are building rocket launching vehicles, building satellites, building diving instruments, sea diving. They are building multiple types of drones. Every field, over 100,000 startups. Who are they? They are the people like, young people like you, students, who have the courage to dream big, dare the dream, unafraid of failure. This new confidence is what is building this country. This country is being looked at now as a family, as a kudumba. Before that, until the present leadership came, present national leadership came, the country grew. We did work in health, education, infrastructure. All these areas we did work, not that we were sleeping. Our previous governments, they all contributed, but the vision was limited. The vision was 5 years, 5-year plan. And when a government comes to power, they prepare 5-year plan. They have limited resources, and with the limited resources, this much money will go to the health. We'll build so many hospitals, so many primary health centers. With this much money, this much go to education. This many schools we will build. This many colleges we will build. This much money comes to roads, so many kilometers of road we will build. As a result, we kept building schools, hospitals, and roads, but still, we remained a country with a dubious distinction of largest number of poor, hungry, sick, uneducated, inaccessible by road. Some states developed, some states didn't develop. States which were smart to get the resources, they developed. States which were not so smart, could not get the money, could not develop. And the states which were smart, they got the money. Even in that state, you find the regional imbalances. Some areas developed, some areas did not develop. In our own state, Tamil Nadu is a state, one of the advanced states in the country. But if you look at the regional imbalances, south versus north, east versus west, you see the regional imbalances. Why? This was a Darwinian model of development. Darwinian model, if you are capable, snatch it. And you survive, you prosper. Those who cannot, let them perish. No. Today, whether it is health, whether education, whether infrastructure, whether it is access to drinking water, whether access to cooking gas, whether it is access to electricity, all these are universal. Whether a citizen is in Tamil Nadu or in Tripura, everyone gets it. This is the approach with which, this is the vision and policy through which the government of India, the present leadership is working. Today there is no distinction in providing resources for the health. When 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗆 comes, when we have more than 55 million of our citizens getting advantage of 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗆 with 5 lakhs of health insurance, any poor person can have access to health care up to 5 lakhs in a year. There is no distinction between a person in Tamil Nadu or Tripura or Jammu and Kashmir or Kohima. Everyone gets it. This change has come because today we are looking at the country as a family. Every member of the family is important. You cannot let anyone perish. Earlier we were divided. Region, language, imaginary theory of race, all kinds of distinctions. And people made politics out of it. Some people prospered, but the country suffered. The country men suffered, country women suffered. Our women, half the population. And when it comes to women, again, very interesting, remarkable revolutionary change that has happened today is all these years, all these decades, this country had the shame of gender inequality. We had far many more men than women. Because women were, it's not that women were not born. Lack of health care, lack of nutrition. And in some states, unfortunately, even the female feticide, the women used to die. Missing women, there are researches, studies where we had millions of missing women in our country. Though women who could have been born, they were not allowed to be born, and women, those who were born, they were not allowed to grow as an adult human being. Today, though the latest census is not yet complete, the data is not yet out, but all the sample surveys have revealed that today, for the first time in history in our country, we have women more than men. In our own state, Tamil Nadu, other day on 25th of January, we had National Voters' Day, and data was given to me. I was pleasantly happy, surprised. In our state, we have about 3,15,00,000 women voters against 3,04,00,000 men voters. Now, this change that is happening is because of the revolutionary initiative taken on the health care. To provide the women today are not only cooking gas, access to drinking water, potable water, 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗆 and all these, but also giving them opportunities. Today, all sectors of the government is now open for women, including the defense. Today, our daughters are flying fighter bombs. They are in combat. Now, this is the power of our country. The new power is emerging, is being visible. And in the next 25 years, we have to reach our destination. And in this journey of next 25 years, this school, Thaamarai World School, has to play a significant role. You are producing world-class citizens. Very good. But before that world-class orientation comes, they must have the Bharatiya orientation. When India became free, when the British left, Rishi Aurobindo had written down dreams on 15th of August 1947. Sri Aurobindo wrote down, the first dream of Sri Aurobindo was, Bharat must grow, must be strong enough to lead the way, save the planet. Because he said that in the entire universe, Earth is the only planet which is evolutionary, where there is a life and life is evolving. And on this evolutionary planet, Bharat is the only land, is the only country where several thousand years back, our rishis, they revealed the wisdom of oneness of creation, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 oneness of entire creation. We are all hundreds and hundreds of people sitting here. You are all. If I see myself in all of you, and if you say myself in you, yourself, that is unity. The diversity that we have is the diversity, I often say, is like leaves of a tree. A tree has a million leaves. And no two leaves are alike. See it carefully. Nature does not replicate. No two leaves are alike, but all the million leaves are rooted to the tree. Away from the tree, they have no existence. They have common force keeping them together. And so, our rishis, through the time of Vedas, they had given the wisdom, the unity of creation, that every creature on this planet, be it humans, be it animals, be it plant, they are all children of Mother Earth. This Mother Earth children, and being a children of the same mother, we are all members of the same family. And so we don't look at Earth as a resource. We do not, in our tradition, even now, in many areas, rural areas we have, when people go and cut the tree, they first seek forgiveness. They say, look, I need you. I didn't wish to do it, but I have to. We pray to our rivers because they give us life. With this worldview, India is the only country, once it becomes strong, to show the world the way forward. Because the rest of the world is a mercantile world. The Western way of life is mechanical view of life. Darwinian. 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗺, once he went to America, he said in one of his speeches, 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗺 said that the soul of the Western civilization is made of machine. The soul of the Western civilization is made of machine, which is in constant motion. And it uses human beings as fuel to keep itself running. It consumes humans, it destroys them. In US, if you go and talk about compassion of poor people, they will say, if somebody is poor, no need to be compassionate, he deserves to be poor. Because the person was lazy, incompetent, he didn't have the capacity. Let him die. Now this is the Western worldview. This is something which is destructive. Now, this country alone has in our country, whichever part of the country you go, any part, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Kutch to Kohima, Kamrup, whichever part you go, people will never by nature would be offensive, aggressive to the nature. We love nature, we respect nature. This is in our sanskar. And this is what is needed today to save the world. And so, to save the world, to lead the world, India must be first capable, must be strong. As Shukracharya, long back, one of our texts says, 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗍𝗆 If you are strong, you have friends around. If you are weak, you are surrounded by enemies. To listen to a word to be taken seriously, you have to be strong. And we have to be strong materially. We have also to be strong in our spirituality, in our culture. And that is why today we are witnessing the comprehensive resurgence of India. India is rising comprehensively. It's not only just in one field A or field B. It is rising comprehensively. While on the field of science and technology, we are moving ahead faster. In the field of manufacturing industry, we are moving forward. In the field of farming, we are moving towards sustainable farming, agriculture being organic and natural farming. We are going more and more towards that. At the same time, we are also feeling proud of our cultural and spiritual heritage. And here in Tamil Nadu, which is the spiritual capital of our country, Bharat, this is the one place where we have thousands of years of temples existing, where the old practices are still continuing. This continuum is nowhere in the world, nowhere even in the country, India. Because in the rest of the country, through 1,000 years of invasion and colonization, they have suffered a lot of destruction. Here, thanks to the people, they preserved it. We must be proud of them. We must take inspiration from those places. We must take inspiration for our ancient sages, Tiruvallur, Nayanars, Alvars, all those great people, those who have left behind such priceless wisdom. People of the epics of the Sangam period. Wonderful. We need to be very proud of them and move forward. And in this journey, while this school will produce, I'm very, very confident the way it is being laid, the way it has the potential, it seems to have the resources and all. And more than that, the vision and commitment, this school will grow. You grow into an active participant, active contributor to building this nation as a leader of the world by 2047. And you must have, this school also must have a vision for 2047. Where you will be by 2047, and for which you set the milestones, where you will be in 2025, 2030, 2035, and with this vision you move forward. Produce our young men and women who are capable to take on the world. Each one of them bright individuals, creative individuals, full of sparks, intellectual sparks, and compassion in the heart. So what 𝗖𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗺 said, Bharat, whose muscles are made of iron, sinews are of steel, but whose heart is Vedantic, heart and mind, compassion. Produce that kind of citizens. That's what I hope, that's what I pray, that's what I wish, that's my advice. With this, thank you very much.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Honorable Governor Sir, Chairman, Directors, teachers, parents and students, and our esteemed audience. A very good evening to one and all. It is a privilege for me to present this vote of thanks on the occasion of the first annual day of our school. At this point, like our Governor, Honorable Governor was telling, the Indian demography stands at the crossroads. We have an immense human resource capital. Our youth population alone accounts to more than 350 million. Considering it as a population, it will be the third largest country. I am talking about the population which is less than 15 years of age. And this human resource capital will lead the Bharat into the path of its regain its path of its lost glory. And it was with this dream, our chairman built an institute a premier institute to nurture the young minds to become torchbearers of this glorious journey of our country. We are in the first annual day of our school, and in this journey, it is made very special by the gracious presence of our Honorable Governor of our state. Thank you very much, sir, for taking all the effort and encouraging our students by your presence and your speech on Bharatiya values. It is also mentioned that our Honorable Governor has presented a book by Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji to our students and encouraged them about how to prepare for exams and how to be cool and while facing challenges in life. I take this opportunity to thank the chairman and directors of our school whose hard work and inputs have made the institution and this evening a grand success. I also thank Vasiki ma'am, BC committee member and secretary of Konganadu College for constant inputs and motivation in making our institution successful. On behalf of the management, I thank Principal Melvin Bobby Marji for all the efforts and he has put in making this event a grand success. All your sleepless nights are paid off, sir. We all remember our teachers from our school days who have put an extra effort in building us. The coordinator and all the teachers of the Thaamarai World School have put great effort in training our children for all the upcoming performances. I thank you on behalf of the management. The most important people of our school, our children, from the little ones in the kindergartens to up till the grade 9 have put immense hard work and training for many performances which are up to come. From vocals to instruments, from classical dance to martial arts, they are ready to showcase their skills today evening. அடுத்ததாக தாமரை வேர்ல்ட் ஸ்கூல் மீது நம்பிக்கை வைத்து தங்கள் குழந்தைகளை நம் பள்ளியில் சேர்த்து மாணவர்களின் கலை நிகழ்ச்சிகளை இன்று காண வந்திருக்கும் பெற்றோர்களுக்கு என்னுடைய நன்றி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நமது பள்ளியின் முதலாம் ஆண்டு விழாவுக்காக கடுமையாக உழைத்த எங்கள் சப்போர்ட் ஸ்டாஃப்க்கும் எங்கள் வாலண்டியர்ஸ்களுக்கும் எங்களுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி சிறப்பாக நடைபெற எங்களுக்கு ஒத்துழைப்பு வழங்கிய காவல்துறை அதிகாரிகள், ஆளுநர் அலுவலக அதிகாரிகள் மற்றும் அனைத்து அரசு அலுவலர்களுக்கும் எங்கள் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை பதிவு செய்து வந்த ஊடக நண்பர்களுக்கும் எங்களுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். இறுதியாக எங்களையும் எங்கள் மாணவர்களையும் ஊக்கப்படுத்தும் வகையில் எங்கள் அழைப்பை ஏற்று திங்கள் மாலை என்று உங்கள் நேரம் ஒதுக்கி வந்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir.
आदिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे गाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Now, we request all the dignitaries